Hello YouTube world. I wanted to do a video today. I had just watched the episode of The Shy, and I just thought I have to speak on it, and it's just my opinion. Let me say that it is just my opinion. A couple of weeks ago, like 3 weeks ago, me and my son, we usually go walking. We usually go to maybe a mile and a half up, and then we'd turn, and then we'd go around. And it was really hot this day. And we decided to keep straight. I decided to keep straight. He was tired. He was like, Mama, why we gotta keep going? There's no trees down that block. But I'm like, come on, it feels so good today. We can walk an extra half a mile, you know. So I'm getting text messages. So we walk straight. And I used to stay in this area, so I was admiring an old school that I used to go to and how it's abandoned, but I just was looking at it as a interior designer or architectural engineer. I just, seeing how I could redo. But anywho, I was admiring this building, and my son was on his scooter, so we just going. Now, remind you, I have not been able to talk about this. That's probably why I just jumped right into it. It was very traumatizing for me and my son, and it's something that I had to heal through within. Talk about healing. I had to heal differently this time. It's like each journey I move up, I'm healing differently than I would previously heal before. But we were walking, and this young man came out of nowhere. I had one ear headphone in, and I had one out because my son was with me, and he was talking. So he came on this side that the headphone was out, and all I heard was bag, and I thought he was trying to sell me some weed. So I'm like, I got my son right here. I don't need no weed. I don't want your bag of weed. Something I said, like, I'm good. And he was like, no, give me that bag, which was my fanny pack, and that phone, or take this gun to the head. So my son automatically panicked. He was, Mama, oh my God, here. He had $8 in his pocket. He like, I got $8, Mama, he can have my money. So I just look at this young man, because he looked like he's the same age as my little brother, who's 22. So he looked like he maybe between 19 and 22. And I'm just looking at this young man like, you gonna try to rob me while I'm with my son? Like, excuse me. You're gonna try to rob me while I'm with my son? Like, where do they do that? That's why I'm like, he must not be from here. Like, I don't know. But I just looked at him like, and he showed me the gun handle. He didn't show me the whole gun. He said, give me the bag, give me the phone, or take this gun to the head. And I just automatically went into, it was so quick. I was about to take the fanny pack off, and then I was thinking, like, my ID, and my keys is in this bag, and I'm on feet, like almost 2 miles away from the house. I don't know if he's driving or not, but I'm on feet. So I just grabbed my son, tell him, run, Corey. And I just looked at him, I said, you're going to have to do what you got to do. And I just jumped in the middle of the street and was like, this man is trying to rob me. He's trying to rob me. And he started running towards a red vehicle. And I'm thinking, oh my God, he probably didn't have bullets. He's probably about to run and get bullets. So I'm telling Corey, just run, just keep going. And I'm running towards him while I'm in the middle of the street trying to get someone to stop. And let me tell you, as I'm walking with my son, black men, beep, 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 doing the most. That's why I keep my headphones on. One on. Because black men do the most when you're with your child. They don't know if you're married. Like, sometimes it's okay to throw a compliment out there, but the way and the way y'all be going for the reaching, stopping, and doing the most while I'm with my child is disgusting, for one. But as I'm walking and a black woman get in the middle of the street and says, this man is trying to rob me, 3 black men kept driving as if I'm saying, there's ice cream and free ice cream out here, or free car wash. I don't know. It was a Caucasian white woman who stopped and was like, get in now, get in, and took me to, I wasn't even prepared to get on the bus. I just saw a bus come in, was like, let me hop on this bus, and so far away from home, but I reacted, and it's like in her car, I turned back human. I went from being this powerful, forceful, you gonna have to do what you gotta do, to I'm back human. And it was just like, that was so embarrassing. Oh my God, that was traumatized. It was like all the venom thoughts started coming in. Like, why is this embarrassing? I didn't know this was gonna happen, you know. And then like I go to a restaurant and I wait for my ride, and the lady was like, yeah, you know, someone just tried to rob me, because I had to get my son some food because he was so traumatized. So she was like, yeah, this guy, and I just gave him everything, and he crashed the car, and I was like, just thinking like, everybody keeps saying the same thing. Oh, I would have just gave it. I would have just gave. And, you know, I didn't really tell a lot of family or friends about this. You know, it was just the people in that moment who I came across, you know, the lady on the bus and the lady at the restaurant. And it was like, so many people live in fear, and they don't even know how powerful, how much power you have within you. You know, and I was having nightmares. I couldn't sleep. And it was just like, I have to let this go. I have to, I don't know if he was doing it for baby milk. I just know it's a rough time right now, especially with Biden being in the office. A lot of people the violence and everything is rising back up. And it just showed me how powerful I am. And I can't take that away. No matter how much that human try to creep in, you have to know that we living in a fear-bounded world right now. Everybody just got through a pandemic. And instead of rejoicing because you made it through, everybody is living in fear. So to eliminate that fear, recognize your power. Your power. And now, the reason why I'm even ready to talk about this now is because I watched the Shot episode, and how he put that gun up to his head and was like, you know, give me all your money. And then someone stepped in and was like, what are you doing? No, this ain't you. You know, he stepped in. And I appreciate that, because they showed a black man stepping in for another black man that was once there before. And the part that I wanted to talk about is because when he went home, he was still shooken up. Even though nothing was taken from me, even though people don't understand, like, I had my son with me. So those thoughts of my son could have seen me dead on the street, or we both could have been dead on a main street at 1:30 in the afternoon. Let me just say that. It is Sunday. Sunday, 1:30 p.m. on a main street. I jumped in the middle of a main street. Let me just say that. He tried to rob me on a main street. If it wasn't for that situation, we don't recognize our power. And now it's like, you know, him doing that, he don't know how traumatizing it was for us. Even though he didn't take anything, it was still that traumatizing. My son seeing a gun, my son seeing this young black man trying to rob another young black woman and her child. That is traumatizing. He's going to look at situations differently. Even when I was just downtown and I had my music on, I'm like, well, let me take one out, you know, and I'm reading my book, and then I'm looking up, and these young men came up to me, and I had so much fear in me. It was like, what do they want? What are they trying to take? Oh, what are they trying to take? And it was like, they were just complimenting my style. They was like, I like your style. You know, you out here, da-da-da. And they were just young men, just nice. And I'm like, thank you, God, you know, for sending that energy to me and letting me know that I am powerful. Every step of the way, I am powerful. So regardless of if it's that situation or if it's this situation, if I'm caught off guard, if I'm aware, I am powerful. And I just want y'all to know that, like, we are made perfectly in the image of our Creator. So if God made us perfect, who is anybody to say we're not? Who is anybody to give their opinion on who we are? No one lives in your mind. No one lives in your body. So no one can ever understand you 100%. And stop putting on that expectation as if someone can. Let it go. Let that situation go and heal. Heal from that situation. Understand that situation and understand that you got through that situation. Because all things work out for you. So, you are a child of God, as long as you remember who you are. And I had to tell my son that, like, we forgive that young man. We forgive him because we don't know what he wanted it for. But that's not for me to figure it out. My thing I figured out is how freaking powerful I am. And that's all I need to focus on. I am powerful. I don't need to focus on the event. I don't need to focus on that young man. And actually, I wish him financial abundance. I wish him health, and I wish him peace and love, because he deserves it. And he's wanted, and he's needed, and he deserves to be here. So I had to release that, because God created him too, and God created him in his image. So whether God used him as an example for me to get through something healing, and for me to get past fear, I thank that young man out. It makes me a little emotional, because, you know, not even as a black community, just as a community, you know, this generation that's coming up, and what we deserve. We deserve so much more, and this generation before us deserves so much more. And I just want to just men, you know, it's not even just directed to black men. Just step up, be there for that queen, that woman. You don't even have to know her, but you can get to know her. You know, just stepping in and involving yourself into something that's outside of you will go so far. It would teach that young man that even though your father is not here, even though you don't have uncles that's here like that, or men in your family that's here like that, you still have family in the world. The world is your family. You don't need to fiend for this outside or want, or this wantonness, or being wanted from your family. You can have it in the world. You're wanted. You're needed. You are loved. So, men, just black men, period, you are needed. And it's just, if we just have to teach one, you teach millions. So, I just had to, you know, do that video. You know, I didn't let a lot of people know about that situation. I haven't spoken about it since really it happened. So, it's just I'm glad to get it out. It feels very good. And I wish everyone the best ever. This healing process that we're going through, you're going to get through it. You're healing beautifully. You're healing perfectly. God is guiding you. Your angels is guiding you, and your ancestors are guiding you. You are protected in this beautiful world. Just know who you are. You are powerful. You are beautiful, and you are loved. Peace out.